Hello and welcome to So Says Kez. My name is Kerry Ann. Disclaimers, these are just my thoughts and opinions, and also I swear. Now, I've been wanting to make this video. I said on the last video that I made that I need to do a video on my backstory now that I've been here on YouTube for 18 years. So I decided that I was going to do that today when I went to bed last night. I've had dreams that have basically been like, right, okay, yeah, you need to do this video. And I just woken up and somebody has just sent me this video. I'm so sorry for laughing at them, but you've got to. Look, literally, like I say, I've been doing this channel for 18 years, just merrily plodding along. My plan being, I need to get as much down as possible before I peg it, right? Because when people realise what's going on, I might have a mark on my head. I know this sounds pompous, and also I don't want to stand up my own arse about all of this, but there has been some really cool stuff happen to me that I do need people to understand so that they can know that I'm coming to them with the truth, and that I am on this side of the people here. But I'm really scared about coming across on my own. Really scared about it. But I've just watched somebody totally up his own arse, and this is happening, right? With the religion of peace at the minute, like the arrival of the religion of peace in my world has kicked off. Carry on. Like literally all that I've been learning for the last 18 years, especially what I learned in the beginning that set me off on this path, like directly contradicts the religion of peace and the shit that they are spouting, right? And it's like, no, if people start believing them, if people start converting to this, we are genuinely going to lose more souls, right? It is that serious. These people are destined for, like, there is no such place as heaven, there is no such place as hell, right? But they are destined to be wiped out. And I think everybody deserves a chance of redemption, right? So this is my little preach, I suppose, of what I found to be the truth and have had nothing but proof, loving proof that this is true. Now, I've just watched this, I'm assuming is an imam, just like the one we're going to get up the road next door to a primary school, right, next year when the mosque opens, our old pub that was bought for a mosque. And by the way, the video that I posted the other day, that like where Leicester's got a new mosque in I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to not busy myself with the details and what. I don't need to. I can't do nothing about it. But that it's a rugby club or something like that, right? And they bought that in 2017, 2018. They've had that for years. Apparently, I think they've tried to get it through for a mosque before and it's been denied. So they just waited on it and then came back with the argument of this isn't viable as the building that it's in because it's not being used, even though they own it and it's sitting there in their ownership, not being used. They're using that as an excuse, like Takia lying in order to take over the world. Well, I've just watched this fella just say basically, like all of these people that think we're here to integrate with other religions and become part of society. You're wrong. We're here to take over. We're here to dominate. And if we have to fight to do that, then that's what we do. Allah will own everything, basically, right? Completely the direct opposite of God, right? And I'm about to prove to you why Allah don't fucking exist, right? So let's have my backstory. And also, like, literally, that man, for shame, but he's been taught wrong. Because in the religion of peace, it's education on crack, mate. Repetition, brainwashing, Like with I've done many videos on education over the years, but you know, like it's not about you remembering it, it's about you being petrified to forget it. Allah is fear, Islam is fear. It's about fearing what happens if you don't follow. That's what that religion seems to be about, just sheer fear. And also, I mean, it says, first chapter of the bloody Quran, that basically this book is teaching you how to live so that you can fucking die, so that you can have a better death. Absolute nonsense, right? Nobody's come back and said, oh, bloody hell, there was this hellfire thing, and there was Stacey Dooley swimming around in it, like providing the fuel, but she's like, oh shit, I wish I should have believed in Allah. Right. Leave Islam behind, carry on. Because I don't want to make this about Islam. This is about every religion, right? So and the big problem is going to be keeping this short. So I might have to start and then leave it, but I'll try and get the most important things in there. So back in 2007, I put myself on an experiment, right? And oh yeah, also because I tangent anyway, this is 18 years ago, so I'm not going to get everything in a linear fashion, and I do warn you, but it is worth it. It is worth it. Please stay with me. If you watch any of my videos, please make it this one, because this is for us all, right? All of us, every religion, we all stand a chance of living in fucking harmony, right? We just need to forget what we've been told by them bastards, my enemy. Like literally, they're my only enemy. I do not despise Muslims, Christians, Jews, like literally don't. I think, you know, it's a bit sad that like people follow things, you know, like that make them hate people. That is not what religion is about, mate. You know, and people can't see it. But yeah, so back in 2007, beginning of 2000, everything always happens around March. I'm looking forward to 2026, March 2026. Everything always happens at the beginning of the year, everything major. Well, I say March, January is really when it starts. Shut up, carry on. So I decided that I was going to find out what God was about. I had been saying for years blindly that I believe that the Bible is a tool of control, that I believe that the words basically cast spells on the mind. Never thought that at all. But do you know what I mean? Like with any sort of brainwashing, repetition, just repetition and having to remember bits and anchor onto that. And this is the way I used to use my brain at that time, right? I have completely changed the way that I use my brain over the years. But I was like, oh, and I told my then boyfriend, I've lost everybody. Nobody likes me no more. Well, everybody loves me. Do you know what I mean? Except for the people that I was close to, and then they're like, mate, you were just a bit too weird. Fuck that. Fine, don't mind. You know what I mean? Love my ex to bits. Always will love my ex. Favourite ex. Like, such a lovely man. Like, thick as soup. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Wanted to be with him forever. When we split up, it was fucking heartbreaking. But he's terminally normal and happy to, you know, he knows he's David Icke calls them sheeple. And never like that. But he knows he's a regular, everyday person and that he's doing nothing with his life. But he's making people happy. Do you know what I mean? He's being a light worker. He is making people happy. That is something to do with your life, but he's not on my path. But he did put me on my path. He taught me about the all, which he learned from Star Trek. Fucking riddle me that. I don't know what Star Wars, or Stargate. Very big star man, right? He's a star man. Anyways, so I said, like, do you know what I want to, and my ex-best friend, pleasant to her now, that ended really, really badly. Very, very different again. Like, people, you know, like I ain't like any other brother. I'm not, your general everyday Joe Bod that just think I'm not a group think kind of person. And this comes down to the last 18 years of my life. I basically said this out loud to my ex, to my then best friend, and said, do you know what? I want to find out what God's about, because I'm fed up with saying it's a tool of control and whatever. I want to know what it's really about. Next day, else day after, first little, I call them coinky dinkies. Right? They have their own hand movement. Coinky, that one-handed air grab. Two, if it's a real fucking coinky dinky, and a little rub of the tits. Never let it be said that, you know, like, this is a kind of a religious sermon, but I'm not going to, yeah, not like you've known before. So I, then the next day, else day after, it was no more than 36 hours after I'd said this, that I got a knock on the door from a Jehovah's Witness. Would you like a Bible study course? Shut up. Right? I'm like, this is the same door that Sir Peter Soulsby knocked on. And when I said, no point in voting, because they're all, my government, he just turned around, spun around on his ear and fucked off, because he don't listen to the constituency, and nor do our fucking ward councillors now. But here you go. I mentioned a tangent, right? So I went on this, but I'm like, yes, I want a Bible study course. And I was on that Bible study course for 1.5 years with the Jehovah's Witnesses before I got kicked off. Got booted off in unceremonious fashion by two. She brought a mate round for that. Left me in fucking tears. Absolutely left them vile at me. Absolutely fucking vile. I do not think that the world has come and gone many times. The end of the world's come and gone many times in my lifetime. But I still have faith. Oh, well, that's the definition of fucking insanity. Doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. We all know that now. Like, literally just fucking spat venom at me. I'm sat there sobbing. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, but like, I would rather, when I die, right, I want to, if I go, if poof, lights out and I end up at some pearly gates and I'm stood there and somebody says to me, did you believe in Jesus all your life? And I'm like, no, but I was loving to people. I tried to help everybody that I meet. I was about other people other than myself, right? And if literally I'm denied access to those gates of heaven just because I didn't believe that Jesus was my Lord and Saviour and I didn't have to do anything else with my life, I don't want to be in there. I do not want to be sat there with people who just gave up, who just said, I'm doing nothing with my life. I'm not helping this planet that I'm standing on because some bastard has told me that I don't need to do anything with my life. I don't need to be good. All I need to do is hang my whole existence on a name that they wrote down. That's all I need to do, is just not live my life. And I've learned in the 18 years since then, right, that however many years it is, right, I have learned that basically that book, along with the Quran and the Torah and whatever, were written by the same fucking men so that none of us live our lives. None of us live our lives. So we just basically just rats on a fucking wheel, mate, making things so that a few people that we could take in a fist fight literally can have absolutely anything they want, but especially anonymity. They can live their life in a world of social media and all this, that and the other. They can live their life not having to fucking worry about a damn thing. They have got the world's armies at their disposal. They created the monetary system and they created all religions to keep us tethered. And yes, I found out after 1.5 years, I found out pretty fucking at the beginning, really, that the Bible is indeed a tool of control. And the Quran, now that I'm learning about the Quran, or the people associated with the Quran, it's the Bible on crack. Like, literally, all you have to do, it says at the beginning, I've got the piece of paper here, haven't I, that the chap gave me. But the Muslim chap, the one, the one the other week where the bloke, like, literally I went to shake his hand and he went like this and looked at my hand like it were made out of dog shit. Religion of peace, them people. The purpose of life according to the Quran. Number 1, worship and obedience to Allah. The primary purpose of human existence, the only reason you're born, this is to everybody, right? Everybody who sees this video. Is it me or are they not fucking... No, it's not me, because it's folded wrong. The primary purpose of human existence is to recognize and worship Allah alone, living in obedience to his commands. That's what you were made for. You were purposefully made to worship a God who wants people dead if they don't worship him. No, fuck off. Do not believe you. Do not believe you. Will not have a bar of it. And this is why I left fucking Christianity, because after a year and a half, I could not get past Genesis, because there is no getting past Genesis. Because, and I've explained this on another video, it's like the person over the road saying, I can bring, when my kids were little, saying, I can bring your kids up better than you, and me going, have them then, and me sitting there and watching them from over the road be tortured and fucking beaten and spat at and talked to that like they're a piece of shit their whole life, just so they could come back to me and say, oh, we love you so much, you're fantastic. That's ego. God can't have an ego. God cannot have an ego. So anyways, right, so did this. Went on to the internet, got the internet then, and thought, I'll just have a look at Jehovah's Witnesses, see what they're about, see if there's anything dodgy about them. It's a precursor to everything that follows. And pop-up for Loose Change came up. Now, if you don't know it, Loose Change is an excellent investigative piece of work on 9/11. That shows you that, like, there could not possibly have been a plane that flew into the Pentagon, not least for the fact that they knew it were coming for an hour and a half and didn't fire the ground-to-air missiles out on the fucking front lawn. But then there's a, perfectly circular missile-shaped hole that goes through several 9-foot thick fucking walls. Physically impossible to be a plane. Physically impossible to be a plane that hit the Pentagon. Right, and that's where I found conspiracy theory. Right, I always knew there was something wrong. I always felt out of place, and I know a lot of people who've felt this, because we are out of place. We were not designed to live like this under their rules. We weren't. We were meant to peacefully coexist. Right. Oh, fuck it, let's go. So I googled, this came up, and I can't remember what happened. I know that my lecky went, and by the time I came back, I think that's when the pop-up for Loose Change had come up. Buff, straight into the conspiracy theory world. Watched and I found, I think I went back looking. I went back looking for this Loose Change video. Should we put this fucking light on? I've just realised what's wrong. But I ain't starting this again, fuck it. So I found this website. I'm not going to say what it is, because I don't want to, piss anybody off. I don't even know if it's still going, to be fair. But it was a news website, alternative news. The shit that they don't show you in the news, but this stuff that everybody needs to know. And I think that's where I'd found there looking back for this Loose Change video or whatever. And I ended up getting involved in their forums. So I did a bit of, wrote a bit of stuff. And I found the moon landing shit. Watch this amazing video. And this woman had got, let's imagine that this is, no, let's not imagine that this is a side of a basketball court, right? And they got basketballs the whole length, like, gotta have been over 100, I don't know. basketball, the whole length of this basketball court, right? And they stood at the beginning, and she said like, I think it was a woman, could have been a man, don't know, so long ago, but basically said over there, and the last one was the moon, right? And like, right, that one over there, that's the moon, length of a basketball court, and bent down to the first one, which was meant to represent the earth. So that's how far we went for the moon. And then they got a little fucking pin like this stuck in the first ball and with a little shuttle on it, and said that is how far we've been from the earth ever, before or since we went the basketball court. And like, this is the way that I work. I'm like, there's one thing that I can't get over. The ground to air missiles and the Pentagon fucking front garden is one on them. It's like, get me past that, then we'll talk about something else. With the Bible, it's Genesis. Get me past a God with a fucking ego, and I'll talk to you about your religion. And obviously, Allah on crack ego. And everybody in that religion is taught, you have an ego, and literally that's it. That's all you need. You need to be up your own arse, and you need to behead people if necessary on my behalf. Fuck off, mate. No. That is not a perfect being. Death, killing people, a creator who says, if you don't believe in me, you can die. Like, that's like me saying to one of my daughter, for example, let's bring my daughter into it, and I never bring my daughter into anything, right? Because I don't want anybody to think anything bad of her, right? Because she's my baby and I love her. But back in 2022, January of 2022, we went to my brother's funeral, right? We had a row the night before the funeral, right? I walked away for a week. I'm like, I need to calm down because I'm going to fucking say something back to her, and I do not want to say these words that are in my fucking head, because once they're out there, that I can't get them back, right? So I walked away to calm the fuck down for a week. When I came back, I was the biggest bitch. She'd spoken to her partner, she'd spoken to the niece, both of which aren't the most pleasant people on the planet. And literally, it had been brought up, but like literally, we were inseparable. She was in her 30s, and we were fucking inseparable her whole life till that 1 week. And all of a sudden, her whole life's been shit. Do you know what I mean? And literally, I will not, and for coming up to 4 years now, isn't it? First year, I was in fucking bits, mate. I could not cope, because since the day that this girl was born, we were best friend sisters, girls against the world. We were like that, in fucking separable. And it went, everything, gone. Not seen my grandkids to talk to since January of 2022, right? But if anybody come for that girl, I fucking kill you. Do you know what I mean? She's my baby. I love her. Right, let's just dismiss that. Yeah, I know I've got to put it on. Should have snoozed it, really. Right? Because she's my baby and I love her. No matter what she does to me, no matter how she thinks about me, no matter how much she hates me, I refuse to hate her back. I refuse to fucking just leave her to the fucking wall. Every night when I get in bed, I pray for her and them babies. Yes, I pray. Even though I don't believe in a God, I believe in the universe, in the all, what I call the all, right? Praying works. The love that if you are religious, the love that you have found, the faith that you have found, unless it's Allah, right? Just blindly believing something that's written down for you isn't faith. I'm sorry, but it is not faith, right? I will, and you know, like, I pray that one day they come back to me. One day they go like, oh, hold on a minute, like, might have been a bit fucking harsh here, because it's a bit fucking harsh to paint me out as some bastard just because I walked away for a week. Yet here we are. But I will not watch that girl suffer if I can do anything about it. Now that my attitude for that, and Allah's attitude of you must die if you don't believe in me, God's attitude of go on then Satan, you fucking bring them up, you treat them like shit, watch me care, because they'll come back and they'll beg for me. That puts me above God. That puts my lack of ego above God's fucking ego, and that is physically impossible. Right? So that's why I got kicked out of fucking Jehovah's Witnesses. That's why I ain't even fucking, I can't, Islam, mate, just, both written by the same people. Do you know what I mean? And literally, so that's why I got kicked off the Jehovah's Witness thing, because I'm like, no, I'm sorry, but that's God having an ego. God can't have an ego. And since then, I have learned and have nothing but proof that what God is everything. We are part of one giant energetic soup, and energy can resonate at different frequencies, thus for making this hard and what's inside it a liquid. What's coming out of my mouth doesn't even visibly exist. My thoughts don't visibly exist, but all of it is energy. And religion basically bastardizes that. Now I'm going to try and, because I want to get in the most important thing in my personal opinion, because it's one thing to say your whole life's been a lie, mate, right? Without any hope for the future, right? I'd say, like, keep calling it God, keep calling it Jehovah or whatever. And if you believe in Allah without the hatred, which I can't see anybody doing, with that being your first fucking thing. And I've never ever seen anybody in Islam, any Muslim, ever talk about love, peace, compassion, anything. It's just, no, I believe in Allah. The men, it's like, I have to emulate Muhammad because he's perfect, and that guy married a girl at 6 and took her virginity when she was 9, and she was not ready just because she was bleeding. She was not ready, because like women in Islam are meant to be seen as half as intelligent as men. Then you've got one of the pristine men saying, like, literally, we're here to take over, we're here to dominate every other religion, and if we have to kill you in order to, absolutely the complete opposite of a loving God. The complete fucking opposite of a loving God. And the opposite of a loving God is not, could be seen as Satan, but I don't believe in Satan either. We are part of one energetic soup. That's how cool. Does it make more sense that we are part of it, one universal energy that we're all a part of, and when we wish and when we pray and when we meditate or whatever we choose to do from whatever religion, we are all communicating with this energy that we are slap bang in the middle of? Does that make more sense? Or does it make more sense that there's some beardy bloke on a cloud with some massive fucking Rolodex who can keep up with over 7 billion people at once? His brain is so huge that he can be there, sat there listening to 700 people, 7 billion people, 700, even 700, even 10. If you've got 10 people on the phone, can you listen to them all? Apparently fucking God can. Does that make more sense? Or does it make more sense that everybody is plugging into the same fucking energy? And when you do, you feel that love. You feel that connection. It is there for us all. And that is what religion should be about, love. And it's not. We've had that taken away by them bastards who stole the secrets in the universe. Yes, I do believe that humanity was created in a fucking lab by aliens. I've said it. Maybe not in a lab. But I believe that an alien race came down to Earth back in the day, right? And basically spliced their DNA with the DNA of the knuckle draggers that were on the planet at the time, right? This, like, literally, and this all came to me in my fucking sleep, and it started a little something like this. March 2008. And it was the equinox. It was the spring equinox. And Jonathan Cainer, my favourite astrologer, was alive back then. And he'd been saying, this is big. It's on a full moon. This is going to be big, right? Equinox, full moon, this, that, and the other. I woke up on the morning of the equinox saying, right? Like, I had to say Thoth as I woke up so I didn't forget it. Never would have forgotten it. I haven't forgotten it. Never could forget it. Basically, I'd had this dream. And in this dream, it was the most prophetic, not pathetic, and a dream that I've ever had. And also, it totally describes my life since that dream. And basically, I was in this place. I just know it was a place of business. If I had to pick anything, I'd say it was a newspaper place, because the walls were made of floor-to-ceiling newspaper. So you walk round and it was just newspapers stacked up, you know, like not plastered on the wall, just stacked up newspapers. You know, like them old people who hoard shit. Like, I went in the ladies' living room once like that, bless her, when I used to sell kitchens years ago. Don't ask. Yeah, and basically there were nooks for people to work in. So there were the business people doing business things. Everybody's wearing shirts and ties. Everybody's industrious. It's industry. It's just some kind of factory. And all of a sudden, there was just this booming voice that went, beware, Thoth is on his way, right? And literally, everybody went nuts. The whole place was screaming, and they're like, we're just going to die. And it was horrible to witness, because I'm there right in the middle of all these people, and the panic, the sheer fear of knowing that they were going to die right then. And I could feel all of this. It was fucking horrible. So I'm just trying to do, must point out as well, that there was a hole in one of these walls, like a little alcove in one of these newspaper walls. We just, and I couldn't work out why, right? Because I had heard the name Thoth, right? But that was about it. But there was a statue of who I later found out to be Anubis, who is the god of the underworld. Maybe it was a knicker factory. Sorry. So there was a statue of Anubis that I looked at when it said, beware, Thoth is on his way. And literally people are panicking and screaming, and I'm just going around and I'm trying to go up to them all individually and speak to them. And I'm like, it's okay. You're gonna be okay. All you have to do is love. That's it. All you have to do is love, and he's not going to kill you. That's it. That's all you got to do. And they wouldn't listen. Everybody was stuck in their own personal hell. I'm dead. I'm dead. He's going to kill me. I've done this wrong. I'm going to get killed. And I'm like, no. Just start to love. As long as you're loving, you know what I mean? I didn't say like anything about energies. This is before I learned all this shit. Do you know what I mean? That's what's weird about it. Then after that, so like basically, I woke up and said Thoth out loud. And my son, who's now 25, who was what had been 7 at the time, I knew he liked ancient Egypt. Right? He was walking by the bedroom door to go to the toilet. And I went like, hey, I said, have you ever heard of an Egyptian Thoth? And he's like, no, I think about the name, but that's about it. I'm like, right, fine. And basically, I had to go to the school that morning. There was an assembly or something. And bearing in mind, I've, got MS, and right, I got my para boots on, like military boots, and literally it's thinking back just to that walk now is heavenly. I was swinging my legs on the way to that school, and in my head on a loop was it's new dawn, it's new day, it's new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Da-da, the Michael Bublé, da-da, 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 da, on a loop. It's a new dawn, it's new day, it's new life. And I was swinging my leg, and it just felt amazing to walk, which doesn't happen. It never feels amazing for me to walk. Anyways, went to this thing, came home, Googled it. First thing I found, Thoth is god of fucking full moons and equinoxes. I'm like, and this thus far started a journey, the journey of the burden of proof. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to leave that one for now because we're on 35 minutes. But I'm going to wind down. What I've learned over these 18 years, because what I did, remember when I said that, like, I was on this website in this forum, I got messaged by one of the admins. They're like, who the fuck are you? What the fuck are you doing? This is why I don't mind talking to myself, mate. I know what I've got here. Do you know what I mean? I know that it's because I'm shadow banned, and I hope that the Freemasons are fucking watching, mate, because they are fucked. Because that is who, like, so I went on a learning journey and whatever, and I went a couple of days after I'd had this dream. I was like, mate, I want to know, I'm hungry for more. Do you know what I mean? Because I'd spent a few days, looked at this Thoth thing, found that these things called the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the Atlantean, which I've still not fucking read all of 18 years on, but I read enough to know. This is how I use my brain. I don't, it's dead funny. I've got geezers on Facebook at the minute who send me videos and stuff that I'm not interested in. No to do with me, right? And they'll just send stuff and they'll be like, watch this. And don't fucking tell me what to do, mate. No. Thanks, but no. Oh, God, some people are so bossy. Which we've got to stop being. But this is, like I've used, I've used my brain differently. When, the guy who ran this website also ran David Icke's website. And basically, I was, like this geezer messaged me, like everybody's talking about him, whatever. Basically, the world needs a female David Icke. You could make a fortune. You could make an absolute fortune. And I got offered a speaking slot, a 1 hour speaking slot. They had a monthly meeting for truthers. And it's like, look, you can do this hour. Can't pay you, but it'll get you your practice and whatever, start you off and everything. And at this point in time, I lost my car and I was diagnosed with MS, right? So I'm like, well, I can't get to no fucking thing because I've got no car anymore. So instead, what I did is I put myself on this experiment that I called the experiment of one. It's like literally the most pompous fucking title you've ever had in your life. Or the EU, for sure. Right? So I stopped lying. That's the first thing. It's the easiest thing to explain. Stop lying. Use my name differently. Let go of numbers. Right? I do not let numbers rule my life anymore. Couldn't tell you how much my rent is. I pay 500, but it's 400 and shut up, carry on, numbers. Because I realise that numbers are a tool of control as well, because while we're chasing numbers round our heads, we ain't thinking. Humanity isn't thinking. Our brains are tethered by these bastards. They start with education, from the age of 4. As soon as we can wipe our own arse and be taken away from our mother, they take us away from our mother. They sit us in a neat little row. They make us say, yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full, sir. And they teach us that a man made out of magic died for our sins horribly, and that we just have to believe in him. And then when we're dead, we get to live in this lovely place with a load of people with cardigans on, sitting with lions, having no fun whatsoever. Anyways, so basically I started myself on this path of learning, and that's where I learned about the alien thing, whatever. In Thoth it says, yea, even beyond time will I return, requiring a judgment of those before me. So I believe, and I do have a Zecharia Sitchin book as well, because he talks about this stuff, and I read just enough in that to prove that what I've been learning in my sleep was right. And this is another thing, like a couple of days after I'd had the Thoth dream, or a couple of weeks or whatever, I was so thirsty for more. So when I went to bed, and you can do this too, this is something you could take away from this video. When you go to sleep at night, when you sleep, you're in a different dimension, right? So as you're going to sleep and as you're waking up, that's when you're closest to the other world, right? So ask questions and then listen out for the answers, right? Because not everything just you wake up and poof, there's your answer, right? It could take weeks, right? But you ask when you go to bed, when you're dozing, ask the serious questions of the all, right? And then literally you will get your answer at some point in time. I have 18 years of proof of this working, right? And yes, so this one night I was there and I was like, teach me more. I want to know more. And I'd only dozed and woke up, right? But I saw this star constellation, a night sky, beautiful stars twinkling, and then I got this voice in my head, and this is why I don't like to talk about this, because it says directly to me, it directly says me, and I'm purposeful, over these 18 years, purposefully been like, I don't want to appear up my own arse. I really do not want to appear up my own arse. This is not about me, this is about you. I work for you. Do you know what I mean? But the exact words that came in my head were you. You'll prove it through sacred geometry. Now, I had no idea what fucking hell that meant 18 years ago. You know what I mean? I'm not a scholar. I'm a random fucking chav, mate, on a council estate. I didn't know what the fuck sacred geometry was all about. And then I learned about sacred geometry, and I'm like, yep, you can prove that them bastards, right? I called them the 3 Jasons at first, years ago, when I first mentioned them in a video, because I was so scared of them. And it's like, mate, you're fucked. I know that you're fucked. They have an option. They have the option to calm the fuck down. And I do believe that their judgment day is coming. That basically the people who left them with the secrets. So basically we were created by aliens. The aliens had to leave, right? I think that like they have so much time, but that you know, like, do it this way, not that way. So, you know, like you got, you know, your sun will go round like that. I think this one goes round like that, and they only come near Earth every so often, right? And while the ships were here and everything, they got us mining for gold. And then when they left, they're like, look, this is the secrets of the universe. This is how your brain works, how you work as a human being, how everything fucking works. Use this to peacefully coexist while you're getting the job done. We'll be back, but beware, because we are going to fucking make sure that you've done this. They've gone off over the years. The people left with the secrets. Oh, and it says in the Emerald Tablets of the Atlantean, keep the secrets only for the initiated, and the door wholly shut to the profane. And them bastards got that wrong. It's like, right, well, let's initiate this person. And it's like, no, it's only when you grasp the concept That's your initiation. So like basically I am initiated because I grasp the concept of love, of coexisting peacefully, of the universe, of being a part of the universe, right? They're like, what if we don't, mate? We've got fucking so many thousand years for it to come back. They ain't never gonna know. Ain't gonna be us dealing with it. We'll be dead by then. Let's fucking do it our way then. Then we can fucking just sit there. We can let them do all the fucking mining for gold, and then we'll fucking just sit there like Kushti, mate. Why the fuck not? Who's gonna know, right? And yeah, Judgment Day is coming for those people, and for anybody who hasn't put critical thought into life. You know, like, so like another thing with my you know, like I'll explain it. Well, there are videos on here. I've explained the EU. You know what I mean? But another thing I do is like I you know, like I live more for other people than for myself. It's like I have developed a tolerance to not too much food, because when the lads were little, they got a best friend, and he like, say my sons were 8 and 10, and he's 9. So like and basically his mum, bit of a, you know, he practically lived with me for 6 years. Right, his mum got his benefits. I paid for him to live. Right, and it was hilarious because he's got a grandma. Well, not anymore. Bless her. Love that lady. But she was so kind, and she's a millionaire. She was a millionaire, right? And bearing in mind, I'm like Chav, 3 lads. I'm on benefits. I'm bringing up 3 lads for 6 years. She was like, never offered me a penny to help. And she knew that his mum was getting the benefits and that I was paying this out of my money to bring up her grandson. And she went like, you're going to be rewarded in heaven. And I found that hilarious. She's like, oh, I can't thank you enough. Like, literally, like, I don't know what state he'd be in. And he has grown up to be a little corker. His brother's in prison for rape. And, like, yeah, we'll go on about that. Not my story to tell. But yeah, I did that, and so I'd make dinner, and I'd make as much dinner as I have, and I'd dish up the lads' dinners, and then I'd have what was left, and then when the lads had finished their dinners, I'd eat their leftovers and whatever. So I did, like, you know, like, it weren't about me. This isn't about me. But you know, you get to a point in your life where you're like, Carrie Ann, you've got to fucking stand up and say, do you know what? There's something fucking about me. Because there is. Because of the shit that's happened in my life. And I could sit here and I could talk to you for hours and hours and hours and not get to the end. I have experienced bliss. I know an inner peace on the daily basis, despite the fact I am struggling with my mental health at the minute because I've got a life crisis, right? But I still have a level of peace about me that not many people get to attain, because they live in this world that's created by them. There is fear and hatred and judgment. And yes, I judge fucking Islam, right? And I judge Christianity and Judaism, because they are written by my arch nemesis, by who I've been taught has enslaved the entirety of this fucking planet. And they do it with numbers and with telling people fucking lies to appeal to the part of them that is good. Religion, that part of you should appeal to the part of you that is good. Islam is the direct opposite. Islam is now taking over my country, and the options are Christianity or Judaism, and they're all at fucking war, because they're all designed. They were designed by them bastards to constantly be at war, to keep us constantly at war and away from looking at them. And their time is nigh. They have a chance to repent. Whether or not they choose to, it's up to them. But the time has come where I need to teach you what, because like it ain't just about fucking saving myself. Do you know, like if 3i Atlas is a scout for the entity that's coming back to go like, right, okay, well, what have you done? Well, we left you with the secrets of the universe so you could peacefully coexist. Why are you not peacefully coexisting? We're wiping out anybody who's betrayed these fucking secrets. Tell me your story. They're fucked. But and literally, the selfish bastards can fucking as far as and then other dreams as well. So we'll go into the other dreams, but I woke up in the night and I'm like, yes, you need to tell him about that particular dream, because that particular dream also shows that you're right. But we're coming up to an hour. Fuck that. Digest what you've put here. Please consider leaving a comment, asking me questions, because we need to be speaking to each other. We can make this world a better place, but not by sitting on our arse and waiting to be dead. And certainly not by listening to people sitting there saying, our religion's better than you. We're going to kill you if we have to take over. No, they are wrong. They are morons. These imams are fucking stupid. They're just having their ego fed. They believe that they are fucking superior and they have been lied to. And they have a chance to repent too. But if I don't tell anybody that there's something to repent for or that there's anything fucking coming, everybody's just going to continue. But and also, I want people to have some peace. I want people to know that you're not alone, my darling. You're never alone. And the people that you've lost don't just fucking, like they've told you, that people just poof and are gone. You can't do that with energy. Do you know what I mean? Little tickles on the head, like literally, they'll move something when you're not looking. You know what I mean? But like, they can't just go, hey, I'm dead, but my body's not here. But but there are ways of communicating if you look out for it. You are never alone. Like no matter what, you close your eyes and you are the universe. The truth is in you. I used to have a website years and years ago, part of the hours that I could be speaking. And the tagline was, the truth is in you. It's like literally, because my body didn't work and my car broke down, I went inside instead and I worked on myself. And that is where the answer lies. Because the whole universe, everything is right inside you. In there. You can do anything, my darling. But if you are one of the ones who believes that killing people makes you superior, I'm sorry, but you've not got long left, and I'd be saying your prayers if I were you. But we'll get onto that in a different day. For now, if you've made it till the end, mate, I owe you a 3-course meal. Let's sit down, let's fucking chat. I just want to help make this make sense. We do have a future out there within everybody's grasp. All we've got to do is realise that it's there, close our eyes and ask questions. Anyways, thank you for being here. Please come back and never forget that I love you all. Bye.